Today, while making the decision to buy vehicles, special attention is paid to the fuel type and engine performance of the vehicle by the buyers. However, due to the increase in fuel prices in recent times, vehicles that have the feature of reducing fuel performance and vehicles that have saving support features are preferred. What should be done to save fuel in diesel vehicles purchased with fuel saving in mind? The issue of whether the engine is diesel or gaseous or gasoline is among the issues that people who are going to buy have difficulty in deciding. However, it is known that diesel vehicles are more demanding because they are more economical in terms of fuel. However, it should be taken into consideration that the use and maintenance of diesel cars is more difficult than gasoline-powered vehicles. In addition, due to the inaccuracies caused by the lack of information of the vehicle users regarding the characteristics of diesel fuel, large damages can occur in the vehicles. And while car owners aim to save fuel, they can face larger expenses. Why diesel vehicles burn less? Diesel vehicles, which are known to have a longer life than LPG vehicles, have a unique ignition system. Diesel engines with a jet system support economic fuel consumption as they contain higher thermodynamics. As for the gasoline vehicles, the working principle based on the combustion temperature applies. The energy gained in the vehicles is lost as heat and fuel consumption is higher. However, diesel vehicles are more expensive than other vehicles because they are less fuel consumption and provide more performance. What are the things to be applied to save fuel in diesel vehicles? Fuel consumption and the cost arising from it are the main issues that vehicle owners complain about most. There are many different factors that affect the fuel economy of the vehicles, from the gear that the vehicle is used to revving. The first way to save fuel in diesel vehicles is to wait for the vehicle to warm up when the starter is pressed. Even if the engine is heated and operated when all the indicators go out, less diesel consumption occurs. Flying money. Since diesel vehicles are not as serial as gasoline vehicles, the use of aggressive vehicles causes diesel vehicles to spend more diesel. For example, the absence of sudden takeoffs and sudden stops in the lights and the rapid withdrawal of the foot from the gas are effective in the fuel saving of diesel vehicles. Flying money exceeding the speed of 90 to 100 km increases the speed of the engine and increases the use of diesel in diesel vehicles. Flying money air conditioning use is also one of the reasons affecting fuel use in diesel vehicles. To save fuel, the use of air conditioner should be kept to a minimum. In addition, excessive load on the vehicle causes an increase in fuel consumption. Regular maintenance of diesel vehicles, which require periodic maintenance at more frequent intervals than gasoline vehicles, plays a role in saving fuel. Stop-and-go traffic on routes with heavy traffic is among the reasons why diesel vehicles consume more fuel. Sonukunda. As a result of having to maneuver too much during the parking process, the fuel consumption of diesel vehicles increases. In order to save fuel for diesel vehicles, winter tires should be replaced together with the warming of the weather. Since the use of winter tires in hot weather causes an increase in fuel consumption, it is important that vehicle drivers take care of this issue. Also, the tire pressures of the vehicle at an appropriate pressure are effective in saving fuel. Of course, eliminating the deficiencies of the vehicle in the first place is also among the issues to be considered for saving fuel. Which vehicles have the least fuel consumption? In fact, although it is not quite correct to conclude that it definitely burns for a certain brand or model vehicle, it can be predicted that vehicles with certain characteristics will have less fuel consumption. For example, the newer the engine of the vehicle, the lower the cost of fuel. Because the new engine will run without difficulty, it consumes less fuel. Based on this, the idea that the fuel consumption of new vehicles will be lower. Small and light cars are considered to burn less, as the weight of cars is one of the influential factors in spending more fuel. However, the effect of engine volume on fuel consumption should not be ignored. For example, fuel consumption in vehicles with 1.3 or 1.4-liter engine volumes is higher than in vehicles with higher engine volumes. The type of fuel used is also effective on the fuel consumption of the vehicle. Fuel consumption of diesel vehicles is lower than gasoline vehicles. Review all the details before buying diesel vehicles. Diesel vehicles can easily be preferred by drivers who will use their vehicle at low speeds, in areas where traffic is heavy. However, it should be taken into consideration that maintenance costs will be higher as diesel engines are more expensive than diesel engines. Poor quality fuel purchases can cause damage to diesel engines, which can lead to high costs. Due to the possibility of turbo failure in long-term use, a vehicle with an intercooler should be selected to prevent this malfunction. Diesel vehicles that cost a higher price are sold at the time of purchase, while they are sold at more expensive prices than gasoline vehicles. However, since diesel vehicles are likely to cause problems after 100,000 kilometers, difficulties may arise during the sale of diesel vehicles that exceed a certain kilometer.